and be able to see this. Now, I gotta state right now, there's someplace I'd rather be. Watching Marcy's live. So if you get a chance, you're done here, go check out her live because she's got all the sneak peeks. Not all of them, maybe all of them. Who knows what she's going to do during her live, but I think it'll be fabulous. I am going to be doing a new fun fold for me. It's been around for a while. Everything's always been around for a while when you go to redo it yourself. This is the triple fun fold card. Triple fold out card. So I'll explain everything else. So let's copy this link and let's head over to, no, not that. I don't want that. I'll go over here and share it on Facebook. There we go. Get rid of this one. Yep, that's the right one. I'm going to click post. And so I was like, oh, dilemma. Do I do my live today or do I just push it off until tomorrow? Or do I watch Marcy live? Because I really enjoy Marcy's creativity and stuff. So, and her releasing new product, which is like, and I am talking about Marcy Busecker. She is going to be promoting everything that she can that's coming in the new 24-25 annual catalog for Stampin' Up. So, very excited. I've seen a lot of sneaks. And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. And then I got my retirement list, and it's a little less impressive, but I still got some that I can keep hold of, so that's a good thing. Always a good thing. Let me get back to YouTube. There we go. I just want to get the live up there. Anyway, like I said, I am going to be making a triple fold out card, and it took me twice. And I messed the first one up, and it was horrible, and that's okay, and I'm fine with it. I'm going to be using the Perennial Lavender collection. So it's got dies and stamps from different parts of the collection. I use some of the DSP, some of the ribbon we're going to be using, lots of die cuts, little bit of stamping, and I think that'll be good. So, well, it's just caught up with me. Well, that's good. Let's see. So some of the colors we're going to be working with today are Fresh Freesia. Pull them out so I can show you. So Fresh Freesia. We're going to be working with Pool Party. I love this color. Even when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator back in 2013, I love that color. And then Pretty Peacock. So I've already done something with the Fresh Freesia and the Pool Party, and that is I colored a little bit of cardstock. You know me, I love to color cardstock, and I've already cut it out because this one's going to be a little bit different than my normal because I have to explain the cuts. I'm not going to pull my trimmer out, anything like that. Cuts and scores. And I was able to verbally tell a friend of mine, and she was able to follow. So I just want to show you some of the die cuts we'll be using from the Perennial Lavender set. Sorry, this one's backwards. One's always got a flip. So we'll be using those. So vellum that I've colored. You can see that kind of. Little vellum that I've colored, and both in the Fresh Freesia. So Fresh Freesia on cardstock, Fresh Freesia on vellum. And then same with Pool Party, and it on cardstock and then vellum. And I love the tone-on-tone kind of look. I've always loved it. I think it's one of those great looks that lasts forever. As well as one vellum and one cardstock, or inked up cardstock, because that's what I did to get the true color. I was inked up. I have some of these colors. I don't have all of them, and I felt bad. So I was like, we'll just ink up some cardstock. It'll be fine. So I'm going to be using the Pretty Peacock and gold ribbon as well for this project. I've already cut my stuff, so I just kind of want to leave it alone. But I've used, out of the dies, on the postage dies, from the Perennial postage dies. I've used this one. So if you look at it, I'm going to like the middle one here. So you've got the outer, you got the outmost or the largest, then the next one, and then this is the largest of these smaller ones here. So that's what I used on that. Just for 2 pieces of cardstock in white. So I thought that was nice. We're going to be using some of the purple fine shimmer gems, some of the paper butterfly accents, along with a sentiment from Perennial postage, and some images from the painted lavender stamp set. So we're going to be using it all today. No holding back whatsoever. We're going to be putting a lot of stuff on this card. Hey, Kathy. So we're going to be working at it. And again, we're going to be using the Fresh Freesia Pool Party. I don't have my glasses on. And then Pretty Peacock. So I'm not going to take any extra time, and we're going to go ahead and get into the upper camera. We're going to go ahead and put it up there and get going. Now, I don't have part of my lighting. Unfortunately, I moved it because we had everybody here this weekend for St. Patrick's Day. My daughter fed us very well. I'm actually going to move that over just a little bit. It seems to be out of frame. I don't know what's going on, but it's going on. Normally, you can't see this far over. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And again, what I already did was I colored a piece of vellum. I've already shown you how to do that. And then I inked up a piece of cardstock as well. And we're just getting the beautiful colors. So tone on tones kind of stuff and everything else. So that's what we've got there. On one of these, we're going to put a sentiment, and on the other, we're going to stamp. So I'm going to start with the stamping, and then we'll get to going on where you need to cut and what you need to layer and everything else. I figure stamping is probably the easiest one. For me, anyway. For me. For me? Yes, for me. So, with our sentiments and everything else, I like the big hugs, so I'm going to go with the big hugs. If I can get it out of the card thing here. Flip this around so that my little stuff is right. And then we've got it laid right. I'm live. Out. Go. Daisy, Dante, out. And I'm going to stamp this in Pretty Peacock. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check the volume. Oh, my volume's so low. I'm sorry, guys. I had my volume lower because I was playing a game. I love my traffic game. So we've got big hugs. And I'm just going to kind of put it up in the top corner here. So just looking at it. So we definitely want it. Which way is that? So this definitely needs more lined up to the outside. So we're going to try that. If we need to cut another one, we will. Ah, hey, it worked. All right. I love it when it works. Then we need a wipey to clean our stamps. Hang on while I get my wipey. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going to clean our stamp. Get that taken care of real quick. And then we're going to change out our stamp to the stamp that I'm going to have on the back side of it. Oh, that's right. I don't have anything in the middle. I was going to do one in the middle, and I kept changing my mind. So I'm sorry. I'm still remembering my first or 50th iteration of this card. Oh, could you? Okay, cool. So it's not a stamped image. My bad. It's not a stamped image. It's just a sentiment. And then I wanted to see, not that one. What is it? Okay, I'm going to go with, I know you're going to get through this. Originally, I thought about adding this image, but I changed my mind. That's what's going on. Okay. And we're going to make sure that the stamp is right, because otherwise it's going to be upside down. I'm going to be like, no. So we're just going to line it up. Same color. The reason I mentioned the other inks is because we had already used them. I'd already used them on my card. So there we go. And it is crooked. Always, ever, always, Eva, crooked. But it's fine. I will survive. Crooked. I'm always crooked. But that's okay. You know, it happens. I should have made extras. I always make things crooked. I should know better. But that's okay. Actually, I'm gonna take my sweater off. So I'm going to put my block away, and then we're going to set those off to the side. I'm also going to close my ink pad and put that over there. So we're pretty much done with those. Okay, so this requires an 11 by 4 1/4 inch piece of cardstock to make this. Okay, so our score lines are as such. Starting at the bottom, we're going to go 2.5, and then we're going to go to 3. This line right here is going to be 3 3/4. Then we're going to go to our next line, and it's our next score, and it's going to be 6 3/4, and then 8 1/4. Okay. As soon as you get done with that first score, stop and write bottom on it. Okay, so you know which one you're using. It's going to get covered up, so don't worry about it. Just write bottom on it. That way you know what is the top and what is the bottom. This is how it scores or folds, and it is literally the same size as a card. So nice, fun fold, same size as a card. Okay, and then from there, the card goes like this. So when you're looking at it like this, that is not how it goes. It goes like this. So let me go again. It is 4 1/4 by 11. You're going to go 2.5 for your first score. So right here, this one right here. Once you're done with that, write bottom on it so you don't mess up what's top and bottom, because it's very important. Then your next score mark is going to be 3 1/4 or 3 3/4. I keep saying 3 1/4. 3 3/4. And you're going to have a valley and a mountain. You see? When you put those together, this is your valley and that's your mountain. Then your next score is going to be 6 3/4, and it is going to be a valley. And the last one is going to be 8 1/4. So that's what we got. So then the best part is the fun decorating. So because you can see that my layer here is 4 1/4 or 4 by 4, you can see it's going to cover up most of that layer. Okay. You can make it smaller if you want to, but everything I found online was 4 1/4 or 4 inches by 4 inches. That's what I found. Okay. So for that layer, I'm going to go ahead and put my image on there. Okay. So that's the first 2 layers. Our first 2 layers are 4 by 4. And we've got our print, or DSP, is going to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Super easy. Not too hard to make. So we're going to set those aside. And then I'm going to go to the one that's marked bottom to start. The reason I'm going to the bottom to start is because we need everything to line up. And since this is the final piece we're going to see, we need everything to line up to this one. So I'm going to move this out of the way. This is Pretty Peacock, and of course the Lavender DSP. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's got the word lavender in it. I got the bundle, so it wasn't that hard for me to know. Okay, we're going to use some runner. And again, you know, just use what you got. You don't need to buy anything special. Just get some runner. And then we'll put a little mark in the middle. And I did that upside down. Oh my gosh, I just did that upside down. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I wanted that side and not this side, and I flipped it, and then I flipped it again, and I do this to myself all the time. That's okay. We're going to add this one to it. I wouldn't pop anything up other than the first page. So I'm going to add this one to here. Just like that. And then again, we're going to go ahead and add adhesive. I'm going to be adding a ribbon, but that's just me. You don't have to. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to cut it. I did the sentiment crooked. I can't do the bottom crooked. So I'm just going to lay this down and kind of eyeball the space here. That looks better. Much better. Much better. And as I fold it and I add the next layer, you can see that it'll be much easier for me to line up the layer. Because this layer is going to go over this other layer. So you're not even going to be able to see the back layer once I put this on. Okay? So that's why it's important to start with the back. We're going to add some runner to this. Little X in the middle. Oh, I wanted to add my ribbon. Where'd it go? Okay, I got my ribbon. I got extras also. So I'm of the opinion that if Marcy wasn't live, I'd add more time. But since she is, I can't. I just can't. I gotta go see what she's got. I gotta see the new goodies. So I'm just gonna hold that down. Try to let go of my fingers and center it. I'm just gonna add a knot to this layer. I don't really need a bow or anything. Just a simple knot. And I think since it is so plain, the knot helps. So this is nice and soft ribbon. So it makes it really easy for you to go ahead and tie a knot. So hold it as flat as possible with one finger and then use the others and your other hand to tie the knot. So when I get to here, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to go opposite. Okay? Because I want my ribbon to kind of be a little bit more flowy and not just stuck in the same position. Some of the harder ribbons you can get right where you want them to be. Unfortunately, this isn't one of them. They're nice and flowy, so they have a tendency to move a lot, and I like that. If you wanted to, you could add a glue dot to hold down your ribbon, whatever you wanted to do. I didn't lay that very straight either, but what do I know? We're going to go with this side up. So let's add our little bit of stuff there. So we're going to hold this down. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh man, I keep forgetting. I'm going to add some white cardstock to the back of this because I wasn't supposed to do the whole thing. Oh, what a duper. I'm not. See, I'm freaking out because I know what Marcy's doing. And I was like, do I really want to be here? I don't really want to be here. I want to go see the goodies. So that's why I'm messing up. So if you mess up, just add another layer, preferably your base color, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm also back cutting, so it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to put that at the top. So let's not make that mistake again. We're only adding adhesive at the top half. You could actually add adhesive in the middle here, but you got to leave room. So I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to layer it on the bottom here first. So I got it nice and lined up. And then I'm going to plop it down. So I can see I went totally crooked. So I'm going to pull that out and try it one more time. I'm not having a good card day. You can see. Not having a good card day. So I'm going to lay that down again. And then we're going to try to get it more centered in the middle. Because that was my problem. There we go. That's a little bit better. So, and then I will turn my bows to the side. And like I said, if you want to add a little bit of glue dots or a little bit of adhesive to hold it in place if you're worried about it. I'm going to move this one out of the way. Now this is my biggest layer. I cannot mess it up. I do have extras, but I don't have extras. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm messing up so bad. That'll be a bloopers reel for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that down. Oh, that looks pretty good. And then I am going to go ahead and pop this layer up a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot. It's a small piece, so that kind of makes it easier. These are all mistakes that I made while putting it together. Kathy, did you have any trouble putting it together? I know, I'm like, I'm going to be like a little kid. I didn't get my nap, and I'm really, really tired, and everything else, you know. So we're going to take these off. Take the backers off of here. I can feel when they lift up or when they don't. I also need to get my nails redone. I was like, oh, my daughter's like, I can't do it this weekend. So I'm going to put it like that. And then we're going to use liquid glue from this point until we go to add the rest of our stuff. So how I decided what went where was I did one of each on each opposite side. So if I've got something on one, I put the opposite on the other. So blue and the pool party on one side and the fresh freesia on the other, all the way through. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to start off with a little glue dot, a little bit of glue. No, of course not. Doesn't want to work. Every time I want to use it, doesn't want to work. It's actually warm in here, so that's why I was kind of confused. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue, or not. There we go. A little bit of glue right there. And we're going to throw on the first layer. Now, my problem with the first layer is that it goes beyond. So I'll be trimming some things. So just FYI. And then we're going to throw on the second layer, but we don't want to cover up our words. So we're going to add just a little bit of glue back there, and we're going to pin this down. This side isn't going to be pinned down at all, just that side. Okay, so then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to add a little bit more. We're going to keep going until we've got it. So we're going to bring the blue up here, and then we're going to bring the pink up in the front. And again, we'll keep gluing everything down just to create a nice bouquet. So I'm going to bring this out just a little bit like that. Oh, I dropped some of my... I dropped it. Oh no. I'm going to glue this one down as well. So we're just going to glue that one down. And then this one, not quite that far. I'm going to bring this one back in too. And then I have like the leaf. Kind of reminds me of a... like a pokey leaf that you'd get out of a tree or something like that. We've got that one. And then we've got the vellum one of that, which I'm just going to add a little bit right there. And I'm going to kind of bring it out a little bit more. We're kind of twisting it so we have a full bouquet. And then I figured we'd finish it off with a little bit more of the pink. Now I do have the vellum piece to this, but I really don't need it. So I have a small piece of the blue ribbon here. Now I need to cover up that chunk that's right there. So we're just going to go ahead and make a teeny tiny little bow. And you're like, Eva, how teeny tiny is teeny tiny? As teeny tiny as I can get. That's how teeny tiny I'm going to go. So first I'm going to pull it as taut as I can. And you can see there my ribbon's almost disappeared on the one side. We're going to pull it back and pull it back and then squeeze again. Okay. We want the middle as tight as we can because we don't want the bow to come undone, but we don't need the bow huge. So I'm going to flip this around and show you my bow. Isn't that cute? It's just tiny. So for these, I don't need the strings to be long at all. I just want them short and sweet. So we're just going to cut those nice and short and sweet. So they just got a little teeny tiny bow portion, nothing too fancy. We're going to use some glue dots for that, circa 2013. We're just going to glue on our little bow. And then I'm going to grab another glue dot because I'm not sure that one got on straight. There we go. And we're going to add the glue dot right there. Not a whole lot of hubbub or anything. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to press on this to see which ones need to be trimmed off and where. There we go. So just like so. You could trim it a little bit shorter so it's not sticking over, but I'm not that particular. I'm going to close my glue bottle. And we're going to attach this, and then I'm going to add the bling. So again, we're going to bring this out. We're going to layer this and layer this. So this one is going to go up in the corner, and it doesn't really matter as far as it's not covering the other one up. We just need to remember just the top. Just the top, Eva. Just the top portion. And we're just going to make sure that we connect everything and give a little extra to that one. So we're going to lay everything nice and flat. What we do want is to layer everything up nicely. So right here along the edge I'm looking, and over here I'm looking at the edge. And we'll get it all nice and neat. And I just layered it wrong. Oh, I cannot believe I did that. I just said I needed to be careful, didn't I? I did. I said I needed to be careful which direction I put that on. That poor thing. This poor card has been through H and back with me today. Let me grab a little piece of cardstock here. I need to trim one up so I can hide where I added the glue, because I added the glue wrong. I can't believe this. So we're going to trim this to 4. I'll put that over there. And then by 4, although you certainly could do it a little bit smaller, but that's about it. So 4 by 4, I'm going to glue that on there. I can't believe I messed it up again. Oh, well. So I had the right idea. I didn't bother to look at the side. So, yeah. Fun. So much fun with me today. There we go. Okay, so we need it this way. So we're going to flip it this way and glue it here and here and here and here and here and here. And if I mucked it up this time, well, you know, I should probably have stayed in my bed. Okay, I can't get it lined up. No, that's crooked. Nope, that's off. Like, oh. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I know what I did wrong. I added the ribbon. I should have waited. Okay, so let's get this side lined up and in place. And that side lined up and in place. And press down. There we go. Never in my life will I make this card again. I've never had so much trouble with one single card. And I gotta say, I'm not really good at fun folds. This proves it. I shouldn't be doing them. Just FYI, do not do them, Eva. I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this. It's a demonstration card. I'm not planning on sending this to anybody. Kathy should get it for putting up with me. For always putting up with me. Oh, good Lord. Just trying to get the little... I just changed out my blade, so I don't understand why it's so fuzzy. I should have put that to the top instead of the bottom. That's all I'm trying to get off, is that little bit of fuzz. It's from the blade on the trimmer. It just does it sometimes. I'm not that great with it, but, you know. Hey, Tammy. So, basically, here's my card. Let me go ahead and add some bling, regardless of all of the strife. Strife! Where's my bling? There it is. And I also wanted to add a butterfly to this page, so let's do that. So you can see there, I did it again, didn't I? Oh my God. I did it again. I cannot layer this up again. I just can't. You know what? I'm just going to pull this off, and I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do it the right way. And I cannot believe I did that twice in a row, the same dang way. Oh my Lord. Like, see, this is why I don't make stuff like this. I make regular cards, and they look good, and they're pretty. This is why I can't do this kind of stuff. Let me get some cardstock here. It's a good thing I didn't use all of that. Because had I used all of that, I wouldn't be able to do, like, you know, like, fix it. Fix it? Yeah, fix it. Fix it, Felix. That's green. I'm looking through my cardstock going, oh, please, Lord, let me have another piece of it. That's it. That's the one I want, I think. Is that the one I want? Yes. Okay, cool. That's the one. I'm the one that I want. Can't believe I did the same thing 3 times. 3 times. This is why I'd much rather put it down and then put all the toppings on. I'm just like, argh, argh. Okay, so what have you learned today? Don't do what Eva tells you to do. That's what everybody's learned today. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm going to lay this at 4. And I'm going to glue this one down before I ever glue anything else down. Okay? Okay? We're going to fix this. I can't believe 3 times. 3rd time's the charm. Where have I heard that before today, Kathy? Where? I asked you where. Okay, so we're just going to glue this down. I'm not even going to add that much glue anymore because this poor paper's been through it. I'm just going to find the center. I'm going to glue it down. There we go. Everything should be lined up if I did that right. And I did. It lines up and it covers up the bottom. So now that we've got it, it goes this way. It goes this way. The poor animal. The poor beast. Okay, we're just going to add a little bit more sticky because I've pulled the sticky off of it a dozen times already. I cannot believe I cannot get this straight. Okay, so it goes this way. I'm going to lay it flat. We're going to get this on there. We're going to get this on here. We're going to get it on the right way. If it kills me. If it kills me. It's seeming like it's going to. Told you I was more interested in watching Marcy's video. I did it. Yay. Okay, so I still wanted to add a butterfly to this one. I don't know. It's just one of those things where you get sidetracked so easily. And you know it's easy. And you're all like, but Eva, you did it the wrong way. Okay, so butterfly. I'm just going to glue this on. I really don't need any. I just wanted to try as much of the suite as I could. And that's all. So I'm going to slide this under. It doesn't need this kind of half butterfly wing, half over there, half over here. And that's why I said your strings need to be, you know, like that. Add a little butterfly in there. We're going to add some bling. We're going to go. And then we're going to go watch Marcy's video, which I have no doubt is 10 times better than this one at this. I have been entertaining, if nothing else. Yeah. It's a really cute card. Execution, you know, somebody should execute the execution or execute the whatever. I said it. You heard it. We did it. We understood. I'm going to use quite a few of these just because I have lots of them left. So I'm just going to add 2 right there. And then we're going to come in with a teeny one. Right. We're going to go with a teeny one that I haven't used yet. We're going to do that one. Just a nice little triangle right there. And then we're going to go ahead and add 2 on this one. So we're going to come on over here. We still have a triangle, if you see here and there. So that's a triangle. And then I think we're going to come in with the light purple. We're going to come in with the light purple, and we're going to actually come over here. So if you look at this one, and this one, triangle, this one, and this one, triangle. Yeah, it's a little off-putting how many times I had to do that. But it's done. I am never making one of these again. My plan of action was flawless. My execution was flawed. Oh boy, was it flawed. It was just so flawed. So flawed. So flawed. But when you watch this, you'll know that it's not that hard to make a mistake. It's much harder to fix a mistake. I have white under one, nothing underneath another one, and then, you know, it's like, okay, well, apparently she made a mistake. I should have just recut the cardstock, I have a lot of this, so it's just one of those things. So it stands up like this. I think it's such a cool design. That's why I made it. I actually got inspired. I'm going to bring the camera down so you guys can just like, huh? Oh, Eva, you're losing it today. I know. Oh, okay. Boop. We're gonna try to. Oh, how come is it 1 boop undoes it, but 3 boops to do it? It's weird. Anyway, I was inspired by a card that I got in the mail, with the Stamp & Storage, card swap. I did it last month, and I got the cards and everything else, and I thought it was really cool, and I love the style of it. I'm not a big fun fold person, though. I've tried. I'm not good with numbers, you know. Kathy heard me today saying, you know, it's like I'm a little blind, you know, it's like dyslexic, OCD, all these other things that don't make for a good card maker, but I'm normally a pretty good card maker. Fun folds are just not something I'm good at. But I tried it, I did it, and it's here. So let me show you how it should look. Don't look at the back. It's scarred, marred, and look like somebody tried to kill it. So you got it more like this. So that's why the ribbon's in the middle rather than on the end or anything like that. It's just like you could have it any way that you want it. It should have, for all the aggravation I went through. I mean, really, it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Like Kathy and me were talking earlier, and I walked her through the instructions. She made it. It was finished. Wonderful. I'm like, well, I hope mine goes that good. It didn't. But at the least, it was very entertaining. And you know now that I don't leave out bloopers or anything. It's live. You get what you get. Sometimes you get a little bit more hysterical than other days because I've made lots of mistakes. And it's okay. It's very much okay to make mistakes. Everybody does it. Everybody has those moments where I wish I had an easier time understanding the way cards work and stuff like that. Look, on the back, I flipped it to the wrong color. This was supposed to be that nice plaid. I forgot about the butterfly before I put this on, so it's like I put this one on crooked 3 times. Wrong way 3 times. It's supposed to be this way, and I kept putting it this way. Like, it's that portrait and landscape argument all over again. Again, the suite is not available, but the individual items are available. So if you get a chance, please check out stampinup.com. Just another month, and I'll be back. Another month. A month and 2 weeks. A month and 2 weeks and a few days. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm hoping. I really am. I can't take one more thing happening. Not my card-wise, just generally. Just in general. I was going to make a second card, but after being flummoxed about this, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's just one of those things where when you have a good day and everything's working for you, everything's going to turn out great. But some days it doesn't. But that doesn't mean you're allowed to give up or stop. It doesn't mean that you can't just keep on trying. Sometimes you just got to walk away and say, well, you know, I'll try again. In my case, this is my 3rd day of trying this card. I did it. I want to show you my original. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it in the trash. Oh, it's got a little baby wipe on it. Sorry. So I made this originally. And what happened is it's too tall. Because I did not put the word bottom on one side. You can see where my wipey got my paper wet. It's cute. It's a cute card. I just used it with a little bit of basic items. I didn't throw a lot of time or effort into it. But like I said, when you do that first score, make sure that you write bottom on there with a light pencil mark. Okay? You don't have to make it huge or anything. But make sure you put it in the center where you're going to be layering. If you decide you don't want to layer there, if you do it really, you know, just a little B in the middle, you'll know that it's the bottom. The other thing is let me go ahead and show you the card that I got. This is the card that inspired me. This is from Maureen. And I just absolutely love the card. And she turned it this way, which is great. I think that's amazing that you have that ability to turn it either way. As I found throughout the day and everything else, it is intended to be like this so that you can see all the pieces and everything else. So I think it's really cool. Again, Maureen, thanks for the inspiration. Stampin' Storage, thanks for the swap. It was awesome. In the meantime, I'm just looking at Kathy's like, you know, LOL for me. Yeah, you did it. Ta-da. I'm looking at that thinking, oh my God, how many mistakes could you make in one video? I made them all. I made them all and we all survived and we're the better for it. Anyway, this suite is no longer available, but you can get the pieces. You can get all the pieces. So let me see what this one goes with this one. And this one has a stamp set that does all the pieces. But, you know, times change. We've got a new catalog coming out in just a few weeks. I'm very excited about that. I'm very, very excited. Looking forward to it. Actually, May. It comes out the first week of May. So to me, that's just a few weeks away. So I'm very excited about that. Don't forget to check out stampinup.com. Got a lot of great demonstrators. I'll be joining the ranks very soon. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful week. May it be a little less messy, a little bit more straight on the alignment on your cards, and a lot more fun. You guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me so much. I'm off to go watch Marcy. I got to go see these goodies that they got and everything else. You guys take it easy. I'm sure you guys will join me over there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye. Weird, awkward. Thank you so much.